Hi, brother teacher here. I just had a question for those that are watching me right now, and the question is just simply this: if today were your last day on Earth, how would you feel, and what would you do? That's the subject today. Now, as you notice, and you have noticed that in virtually all of my videos, I don't have any embellishments. I don't have a whole lot of music and a lot of fancy graphics dancing around the screen because I'm talking to real people. And I think that is not necessary when you're talking to people just like you. I'm speaking to the common man from a common person's perspective. And that is pretty much how I like to deal with my videos, uh, to get straight to the point without all of the extra hoopla, so to speak. But anyway, my question again is still this. Um, what would you do if you found out today, or if you were aware today, was your last day on the earth? It's an interesting question, and it's easy to pose a question when everything seems to be okay in your life. Okay, not necessarily from the standpoint of, I have accomplished all of the goals that I want to in life, or I have plenty of money in the bank, or I have a decent family structure, and I have people that love me. I'm relatively happy. Not okay in that sense, but okay meaning that you don't really see that death is impending, so to speak. I know this seems like I'm rambling a little bit, but let me try to explain this a little bit better. First of all, let's start with me. I believe that there is a God. I believe that there's a creator. I believe in divine intervention. I believe in, I say the fact that the earth didn't come into existence for no reason at all. I believe that there was an intellectual reasoning behind everything that we see today. I believe that some intelligence was responsible for you and I, the solar systems, the earth and its orbit, the fact that there are living creatures and beings on the earth that coexist together, and that we utilize the earth to maintain our life, our sustenance, if you will. And I don't believe that that just came to be by happenstance. There was some divine purpose in us being here. Now, the question might be to many, what is that divine purpose? Uh, some of us, uh, maybe most of us, were raised by a parent or parents that taught us certain values, and enclosed in those values was one of a belief in a deity or a god, as it were. Depending on where you are on the earth, uh, it would mean that you believe something different but maybe similar. For example, uh, there are religions, and understand this, religions were made by man. If there is a creator, the creator has a purpose for man, and it's not divided and it's not up to private interpretation, in other words. So you have people in America, as something that we're familiar with, America. We have Christianity, people who believe in Jesus Christ, who I call Yeshua by his original Hebrew name. And we believe that Jesus or Yeshua came and died for the sins or the transgressions of humanity, that humanity might have an opportunity to live forever with him and his Father, the Creator, that God family, if you will. And there are those who are Muslim, who believe in the Prophet Muhammad. They believe in the name of the creator being Allah, and they believe in, some of them, depends on what sect of Muslim you may be from, Sunnis, Shiites, and it's a slew of them. Some believe that you would have so many virgins at the end of this life, and some believe that, and for example, in the Nation of Islam, that Elijah Muhammad is the one who's going to reappear at some point in time, according to my understanding. Now, there are people who are Jehovah's Witnesses, they're Catholics, they're Protestants, they're apostolic believers, and they're agnostics, and they're atheists. And in other places in the world, such as Asia, you have those who believe in Shintoism, and those who follow Zen, and those who follow Buddhism and Confucianism, and the list goes on. But irrespective of what you follow, we're all human beings and we're all part of the human family. When we die, there has to be something else. Because if we're here and we experience happiness, even joy to some degree, if we receive or experience sadness, and then we have the capacity to build and create and to orchestrate and to enjoy this life on this physical plane, why in the world would we die physically from a clinical standpoint when we all give up this body, so to speak? Why would there be nothing else after this? So to me, that's saying that we were here for no reason at all. Our purpose for being here then would have been in vain. So to those that are atheists, I would encourage you, I'm not trying to incite you to anger concerning me and what I'm saying in this video, but for those of you that are atheists, I would encourage you to possibly reconsider. I'm not trying to win everyone. It's virtually impossible because some people are set in their ways and their beliefs, or belief systems as it were. But I believe that when you get ready to close your eyes for the last time, if you die by a bullet, if you die in a car wreck, if you die of suffocation, you drown, something falls out of the sky off of a building and hits you in your head and kills you, I believe that by whatever means you died, there is something beyond here. I just believe that. And I'm encouraging you that don't have a particular belief in a creator, to rethink it. Because there is a creator. Because don't you think that if this were your last day, it would be unfair to not have a second chance, so to speak? When we have left this physical plane, this carnal way of life, this mundane way of living, don't you think that there is something else? Well, I do. And I'm sure that there are many of you out there that's listening to this right now, you believe the same. But who am I, to try to convince you? But I really am trying to get you to think. There is a creator. I find it really amazing how the human body has everything that it needs when you're born. We have the ability to fight off disease and infection without any assistance. We have the ability to think, to rationalize, and to create. And as I always use the expression, we have come from slingshots to nuclear weapons. So what does that tell you? We are constantly evolving. We have come from the telephone, the rotary phone, to cell phones. We have come from sticks and knives to missiles in my lifetime. A lot of that was developed 50 plus years. And we even come to the point where we have satellites in the sky, in space, that can see a dime. The dime that you spend in your everyday change. Roosevelt, if you will. It could see the lettering on a dime from space. Satellite can locate an individual from space. Now, how does something as simple and plain as man have the capacity to do that when we're just temporary? Who's responsible for us being here? It has to have been someone like us, but greater than us. It's just something for you to think about today. I would be curious to know what your uh, ideas are, or what your understanding is as it relates to there being something beyond where we are today. I believe in God, Yahweh, and I believe that He is the creator of everything that is. And I believe that without Him, nothing that we see with our eyes would exist, nor would we. I believe that He loves mankind, and I believe also that He gave mankind choices. And man has not been honorable as a whole in following God's or Yahweh's plan. So mankind has to be held accountable for not following God's plan. So what's going to happen? In my understanding, this is not something I'm pulling out of the sky. For those of you who really are serious about your souls, your existence as a human being. Now, this is just a vessel, your physical body is, but your mind is the most important thing, because that is the computer. That is the thing that holds your past and your present, and what your prospective future could be. Your mind. It is the same thing that the Creator had when He made us. His mind. He decided that He wanted to create us for His purpose, not just our own. Not to be down here on this planet doing whatever in the world it is that we find to do. He wanted us to be happy. He gave us everything that we needed down here to fulfill what we wanted down here on this planet Earth, in conjunction with His will. But man, if you study, has turned away from God, Yahweh. And God's not happy with us in our lives. So someone might be out there listening to this video right now and say, well, what is it, brother teacher, must I do? The first thing you must do is to acknowledge who you are and what you are. And I heard someone say not too long ago, as it relates to us human beings and where we are in life and the things that we even desire in this life. Say, go stand in front of a mirror. Take off all of your clothes. And I agree with this. Stand in front of a full-length mirror. Take off all of your clothes. And who it is that you're looking at in that mirror is what you have created. So if you're skinny, short, overweight, riddled with disease, abnormalities, all types of issues, hair falling out, teeth missing, I have a few missing myself, blemishes, spots, even outside of those physical things, what you have and don't have, economically even. When you take an assessment of the person that you're looking at in that mirror, and if you're honest with yourself, you will know that the person that you're looking at is the person that you chose to be. Now, we can point outside of ourselves all day long and say, she was responsible, he was responsible, they were responsible, that group over there was responsible for my condition. But when you go before a judge in any court of law, you stand alone, don't you? When you go under the knife in surgery to have a surgical procedure done to you, you go alone. The people sitting outside in the waiting room are not the people who are experiencing it. When you graduate from college, although you might have a group of 50 or 100, when they call your name, they're calling you alone when it's your time. When you stand before God, the Creator, you'll stand alone. You won't stand with a body of people who have to answer to why you did this right and why you did this wrong. It's going to be you. So what are you saying again, brother teacher? I'm saying that you are responsible for you. Stop blaming other people for what you didn't accomplish in life, for why you're sad and upset. Albeit, there may have been some people who were instrumental in helping the problem along, or in helping in your destruction or your bad behavior, so to speak, or your mismanagement or your unthoughtful judgment. There might be people that were responsible or contributed to it, but ultimately, it's you and I. We are responsible for us. We are the stewards of our own lives. There are people who say, I can't save any money. I don't make enough. I only make $300 a week. I can't put $10 away. I have bills to pay. But your job cuts your hours and then it's $250. You see, they did that without your permission. And you lost some money there. So why is it that you can't do the same? Why can't you pay yourself first so that you have something down the road? All it takes is a willing mind. And if you don't have a willing mind, you really don't have much. It's important to know who you are. It's really important also to take time to yourself and away from all of the hustle and the bustle, all of the confusion and all of the things that we deal with in our everyday lives, and take some time to yourself. I mean, literally time to yourself, be it 30 minutes a day, be it an hour, be it 20 minutes. Get away from all of the problems. Get away from all of the people that may distract you, and think. That's a dying art now, thinking. Think. Do an assessment of you and your life and where you are and where you came from. And ask yourself, why am I where I am today? And where is it that I really want to be? And if really you're honest with yourself, you will really understand that you are the reason why you are where you are. No one else. No one else. Now, we have inhibitions and we have fears that will stop us from achieving the things that we want. We say we want in our heart. I want to have my own business one day. I want to open up a donut shop. I want to, learn how to scuba dive. I want to go to college and receive a degree in chemistry or engineering of some sort. But 5, 10 years down the road, when you look back, you see that you have never even taken one step towards that goal or those goals. Why is it? You have a beautiful voice and you can sing. You love singing, but you're afraid. You're afraid of what other people will think. You are afraid of what other people will say. You are afraid of failing and being possibly criticized. But you know what? Guess what? That's life. This is one of those lessons that is kind of tough. Tough, but not impossible. You can do anything that you want to do on this earth while you're here. You have to believe it. And it's easy for someone to say, just believe. But I want to try to help you in that regard. How did I do it? I've always had belief. I always had a measure of faith, as we all do have a measure of faith. But the most important thing is that you do something with the faith. If you believe that you are a good artist, a good singer, a good musician, good at carpentry, good at doing electric work, good at speaking to the masses, good at helping someone in general, then just take the first step. Take the first step towards that end. And there's going to be an end. Now that end could be favorable or it could be destructive. The destructive part is the easiest part because it takes no effort to not do anything. Sounds kind of crazy. Takes no effort to not do anything. So you can kill your dream or your hope just by inaction, just by not doing anything at all. You see, talk is cheap, as they say. Anyone can put it out there in the air. But the only person that really matters is the person who puts, as I say, some legs on it. So when you say you have faith and when you say that you plan on doing this and doing that, put some legs on it and put it in action. Take the first step, do the research, and you will appreciate it in the end. And that's the other end that I was going to discuss briefly, is the one of success. Success only comes to those who not just are passionate about something. We can all be passionate, but we can all be unrealistic at the same time. So I have passion about, drawing and painting. And I draw pictures all the time. I'm not saying me, this is a hypothetical, even though I am an artist. But you draw pictures all of the time. You say, I love this. And people come around you and they admire your work, and then they give you all sorts of accolades and say, boy, you need to really do something with that talent that you have. And you say, yeah, uh-huh. But they don't know what's going on inside you. What's going on inside you is two things. Number one, you're crying inside, usually from pain, usually from hurt, life experiences beating you down, and you express it in art, some form or fashion. But as equal to that passion and that love for that art, you're doubting yourself. You're afraid of actually stepping out. Even though you can express your pain artistically, you can't take it to the next level. But what it takes to take it to the next level is just so simple. But it's really hard. It's hard because we allow the pain of yesterday to be our present pain. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to travel this road of life and to die and be miserable. It's not. If you're a male, female, child, adult, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your station of life is. You deserve to be the best that you can possibly be. You deserve everything that life has to offer you, and it has a lot to offer. And many of us only dream about it. But dreams do come true. But you have to make that dream come true. See, we're all dreamers. We're all thinking about the possibilities, all of the things that I could be. And we look at other people who are in high stations in life and entertainment, in the movies and sports and so forth. And we say, boy, if I could just do that, or I would love to be there, or I wish that was me. Why can't it be? Why can't it be? The truth is, it can be. And the truth be that it is who you are. But let me tell you, there is no age on maturation as it relates to achieving your goal. Some people reach success in life at a very, very, very ripe age. Childhood, teenagers, young adults. And some people reach success in life in their latter years, 50s and 60s, even 70s. So don't count yourself out. You are a winner. But you must believe that you are. I believe in you. I believe in myself. I have endured a lot of hardship in my life, some of which I would never wish on any other human being. I know what it's about. I understand life very, very, very well. You see, all of the material baggage that we carry around is only temporary. The most important thing is at the end of the day is that you have done your best. As one guy used to tell me when I was a young deacon in church, he said, your level best. If you've done your best, and if you've treated your fellow man with dignity and respect, and if you've loved your family according to the scriptures, and if you feared God, not with trembling, but fear God with the reverence that the Creator deserves, and put Him first in everything that you do, your outcome is inevitable. You will be victorious in everything that you do. But don't think that success comes without struggle. Oh no, it comes with pain. It comes with hardship. But all of that is designed to find out where you are as a human being, what you can take. And as the old expression goes, and I've heard it for many years, God will never put more on you than you're able to bear. We have to believe that. Now, we do know that there are some unsavory people on this planet. There are people who do all manner of evil against other men. It just simply is what it is. But with that understood, it should never deter us from doing what is in our heart to do and what we know is right to do. I'm Brother Teacher. This message is to the downtrodden. It's to those who are seeking encouragement today. It's to those who feel like they don't have any other way. It's those who feel like people have shut the doors on them. It's for those who feel like I have no family. Oh, you do have somebody. You really do. You just have not been aware. Now understand this, when I started this video, I asked the question, if you die today, what happens? And I'm speaking to everyone. I want you to do some soul searching. Look inside here and here. Look inside there and ask yourself the question today. Do I love me? Because you can't love anyone else until you love yourself. You may have been abused as a child. Yes. I know many people who have been. I know people who have been victims of crimes that have devastated them. You may have been raped by your father, your uncle, someone close to you, a relative, or just anyone. That's a tragedy. You may have been abandoned by your parents, or your parents may have died early in your life and you have been in foster care. You may have been. You may have lost your brother, your sister, and become alcoholic. Not that that's the only reason. You could become an alcoholic for many reasons. But if that is your case, all you're doing is expressing your pain and your way to try to get away from it, to mask it, to cover it up. But if you're sober, or if you're of a sober mind as you're watching this video right now, I want you to tell you, you don't have to be sad for all of your life. You don't have to feel that you don't have any support. Support is not just money. Oh no. Because if we all die, we can't take any money, any material thing with us anyway. Support is this. When someone lets you know that you are important, that you have value, irrespective of what your circumstances are, presently or even your past. If your father wasn't there, if your mother wasn't there for you, if you had no family and you were thrust into a foster situation even, and that was not even pleasing to you. There are some that are successful, but not many. If you have been raped, abused in some fashion, if you've been cast away, if you've been uneducated, dropped out of school at an early age, and in and out of the penal or the prison system, you do have hope. Because I don't know all of you all that are watching this video today, but what I do know is that I know a God. Now this is unlike many of my videos before. I do know a God. And I know that He sits high and He looks low. He's on high and He knows everything about you. And He hasn't really left you. The thing is, He's been there all along. He just wants you to reach out to Him. I'm not pushing a religion per se. I'm not trying to convert you. I'm just trying to get you to think. I'm trying to get you to understand that this physical body that we all occupy, whether we be rich or poor or indifferent, it's going to give up one day and we're all going to die. And after that death, we will have to show accountability for the lives that we've lived on this earth. Now, while you are here, those of you who will, as the scriptures say, whosoever will, let him or her come. This is just to encourage you today. Encourage you to know that you are loved. And as I began to say before that last statement or two, I don't know everyone out there that's watching this video, but I want you to know this. I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking you to like this video. You can if you like. I'm not asking you to give me any rave reviews. You can if you like. If I touch one person out there listening to this video right now, then I have done my job as a human being, as a man of God. And I want to tell you this before I depart. And I'll say this with all honesty, from the depths of my heart. Whoever you are that's watching this video, I truly love you, and Yahweh love you. And I pray for you, even though I don't know you. You can leave a comment in the comment section below, and I want you to be blessed, and I want you to know I've already sent my prayers out to you. So whatever your state of mind is, whatever your condition is, be it physical, emotional, or otherwise, I'm praying that Yahweh will keep you and protect you and watch over you and keep its angels encamped about you and your family. And I wish you prosperity, not in just 2016, but every day of your lives. That was all I had to say. Be encouraged and be of good cheer, because God, Yahweh, does indeed love you. This is Brother Teacher, and I will see you in the next video. So long.